Thank you for your time once again, Anna. Thank you for speaking to the Fiji Times Online. Firstly, for our readers and our viewers, a brief introduction of yourself, please.
Yes, I'm Anna Tuiketei. I'm a lawyer based here in Suva, and I've been practicing for over a decade here in this country. I sit on various boards. I've also been part of the academia, and I practice a variety of areas in law.
Now, congratulations on your appointment as the first Pacific Counsel on a global roster working for the International Criminal Court. Would you be able to elaborate on that?
Okay. So the ICC, it's The Hague, it was set up through the Roman Statute. This was in 1997. Fiji, with other Pacific countries, they were part of that. And in 2003, the court opened its doors. And the International Criminal Court deals with international crimes in relation to war crimes, genocide, crimes against humanity, and crimes of aggression.
And can you also explain this role and what your job entails you as the Pacific Counsel?
Yes, so I've been admitted as a defense counsel, as a counsel, but I represent people that need representation, that are suspects of being accused of a crime of the magnitude that I've said, and also I can represent victims of such crimes. So the victims can be individuals, or they're from a clan, just like our Matangalis or landowners like in Africa, or they could be institutions that were destroyed during the commission of the crime.
You mentioned The Hague it's based in the Netherlands, and cases could be handed to you on short notices, as Fiji is about 10 hours ahead. Can you explain how the process will work?
Yes, so I've also been asked if I wanted to be a duty solicitor, so I've said yes, which means you're on standby. So yes, they could give me a call, but because I've worked in Europe before, the time difference won't be an issue. Yes, we're ahead, so that's an advantage for me in terms of deadlines or in terms of phone calls. So I would be able to give legal advice to an accused person. I'd be able to advise on the disclosures or the documentation. Specifically because it's international, I'd be able to make sure that they have an interpreter that they could understand, and just to make sure that there's fairness and justice for the rights of the accused person. For the victims, I'd have to make sure that their voices are heard, and when it could be heard in the documentation.
Anna, what does this appointment mean for you and for lawyers, and particularly for young women lawyers in Fiji and the Pacific, especially in the area of international law and arbitration?
Yes. So this is criminal law, and for me, I was excited for the Pacific because we've been part of this body for almost 2 decades, and we've only had one Pacific judge, 2 other judges that have been involved in advisory or sitting on tribunals on an international level. But to actually be appointed and be based, when you're appointed, you're here, is good so that there's more awareness on it, more awareness of participation, more awareness for lawyers in terms of choice of career, and it's great for women as well, because the gender equality has been the topic in our region for the last 5 years or a decade or so, and it's also good to see it. I mean, I wish other people had gone before, but we've got to start.
The Fiji Times today reported the National Domestic Violence Helpline in April, which was noted by Ministry of Women, received 527 calls. Of that, 66% of the callers were women, and 54% of those calls were domestic violence related. We have reports of women who have allegedly died at the hands of their husbands. What do these reports and statistics mean for us here in Fiji, and how do you think your appointment can complement your existing roles to help address this pressing issue in the country?
Yes, so the ICC is an international tribunal. It's an independent judicial institution. They are there to also complement the national court. So with national issues as such, I give advice because it's actually an issue of power and equality. So, I think as Pacific Islanders, we need to learn how to express ourselves and understand that you could express yourself without using verbal abuse. You could express yourself without touching someone or moving objects around your house that you'll have to replace anyway. You can also express yourself without emotional blackmail or financial blackmail, where you withhold money from your partner, from the children, to try and get what you want. Gender violence, gender-based violence has been an issue not only in our region and around the world. And I hope with more education, more enforcement of legislation, more training, more awareness, that we can actually curb this cultural phenomena that we think is a family business and not everybody's business.
And you're also a member of the Judiciary Committee in Oceania Rugby. There have been reports of women sporting federations, for example, the US national women's team, for instance, who are campaigning for equality for pay in particular. How do you think development of women in sports in Fiji is progressing, and what are the challenges in these areas that we are facing?
So I hope during the COVID-19 break that sporting federations actually relook at their policies. They actually see good governance issues on equality, opening it up to be on merit, that it's open, that there are even official positions, even coaches, even the selection of teams. And to relook at the disparity, whether it's the disparity of pay or the disparity in terms of responsibility, and to try and make a positive change. Because for sporting federations as well, the next generation, you're actually teaching them. They're sports people, they're your family. Most of the sports in Fiji are family-based or originates from the family. So yes, it's my hope that during the COVID, when there's no gathering and no sporting gathering, that we actually take back and reflect and try and make a better change for a better region.
Would you like to add any other information that you think is relevant?
No, I'm just excited that this puts Fiji and the Pacific on the map, and that we're talking about it, and that we're aware that there's a lot of other international bodies that are available, that as people of the Pacific, as qualified professionals that live in the Pacific, that we can get the opportunity and we can make opportunities for us. That's it.
Thank you so much for your time, and all the best for the challenges that you may face ahead.
Thank you.